So today we are on day 2 of our notes. We are still in unit 1 and we are going to add a few more vocabulary words. And I am going to grab a ruler because I need a straight edge. So you will want something straight so you can create a straight line. And we are going to start with a point. So I'm going to just put a point on my paper. And then I'm going to go on that same line. I'm going to draw a line that's about, let's go with maybe, I don't know, 3 inches. I won't go all the way across this time. And at the other end of this line, I'm going to put an arrow. Does anybody know what this is called? Not a line. It's not a line segment. It's almost like a mixture of the two. What? We're going to learn it. What is it? Anybody know? I'll tell you. This is a ray. This is called a ray. Ray. R-A-Y. Ray Charles. Yeah. This is a ray.
Well, this is between the postulate and a line and angle.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. So a ray has a starting point, but then it goes on and continues forever in only one direction. And we can think of this like a ray of sun. And I'm going to show you why. So we have our sun. And the sun is like the starting point. Okay, and coming off of the sun, we have rays that go on forever. These are like the rays of sunshine. Rays of sunshine. Of sunshine. So, a ray has a starting point, and it continues forever. Only in one direction. What we do with these rays is if we put them together, we can create something interesting. Now under this, I'm going to put some space between that. Start with a point. And then I'm going to draw another ray. That. But then I'm going to connect a second ray from the same point. Like this. Does anybody know what this is called? An angle. An angle. An angle. This is an angle. Say in degrees. Yeah. We use degrees to measure angles, and we'll talk about that. I'm going to write that down. This is an angle. Okay, so this is an angle, and whenever we have that point and it's being shared by 2 rays, we now give it a different name. This becomes a vertex. So V-E-R-T-E-X, vertex. Inside, you said what? It would decrease. It would decrease? Is that what you said?
She said degrees.
Oh, degrees. Yes, it would be. Yes, the inside of the angle, we measure it in degrees. And something else that we use to mark angles is this little thing. This is an arc. A-R-C. Arc. Okay. Okay. And I am gonna write.
This thing comes in it.
Yes, we're gonna use that today. Angles are measured in degrees. Measured in degrees. And we are going to, you guys should see at each of your tables, each of you should have one of these at your table. If you do not have one at your table, they should be in those colored bins. What's your name? Yes. This is a protractor. Protractor. This is a protractor. Okay, so everybody, I want you to repeat after me. Say protractor.
Tractor.
Now we put it together. Protractor.
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 Yes, a protractor helps us measure angles. This is how we use it. On your protractor, you're going to notice there is a circle, a hole in the middle at the bottom. This is where your vertex goes. Then you're going to line up the bottom ray of your angle and make sure it's passing through this line here. So line it up nice and even.
5.
Uh-huh.
You say 5? No, not 5. It's mine.
Okay, so we have that. And now what I want to do is I'm going to start from the bottom.
Okay, I'm going to redo this. 20. Break it up.
Yes, you're right. You're right, darling. This angle is about 25, maybe 26 degrees.
27.
Maybe 27, yeah. It could be 27. But it's in between 20 and 30. Now, does anybody know why I wouldn't say it's between 150 and 160? Because those numbers line up too.
That's a different thing of measuring.
Yeah, that's a different way of measuring. The other thing is that we're going to talk about, I'm going to give you a guide here in a minute of angle sizes to help us kind of compare what different measures look like. So we're going to get more in detail about how to use this in a moment. For now, what I want you to do is we are going to make a second kind of title here that says, let's say, angle measures. And you want to give yourself a good amount of space for this section. Like I can fit almost my whole hand under here. I have about half of my page. If I were to measure with a ruler, looking at inches, I have at least 5 inches for this section. So if you don't have enough space, go ahead and start a new page for this so that you do have enough space. And what we're going to do is we're going to give ourselves a few guidelines. So I want to see, let's see. We're going to start, use my ruler here. We're going to start below our title. I'm going to go down about 2.5 inches. So between 2 and 3. And I'm going to put a dot right there. Somewhere kind of in the center. You see I'm about 3 inches away from the red line. Does not have to be perfect. And from that dot, now we're going to take our protractor. And I want to line it up with this little circle here. And from this circle, I'm going to trace without actually writing. I'm just going to kind of hover over my paper. I'm going to go up, 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 up until I see this big 90.
Yeah.
Now, right under that, you see there's a little line or a little tick mark. I'm going to kind of make a little point on my paper so that when I move this protractor. When I move the protractor, I'm left with a dot. So again, I am lining up, making sure my first point is right here on that hole of my protractor. And then I want to make a little dot under the 90. And now we can take our ruler and let's connect these points. Okay. Now, once I've connected these, I'm going to put an arrow up here. And then I'm just going to draw the other line or the other ray that goes straight across left to right on my notebook lines, using that as a guideline. Just like this. So using my protractor.
See a right angle?
How many degrees? That is a right angle. You're right. Good. How many degrees is this angle?
90.
90 degrees. Good. And this is a right angle. Yes. So when we have a 90-degree angle that is called a right angle, we put a red box inside. And I'm going to write 90 degrees. A degrees is just a little circle above the number. 90 degrees. And we can say this is called a right angle. A right angle. Good. Good. Now, looking at my protractor again, I'm going to line it up again. And we see basically our starting point was right down here at the bottom at 0. And then we look at the numbers on the inside. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So if I wanted an angle bigger than 90 degrees, I would keep going bigger. So let's, for example,
140.
140. Let's do that. I'm going to find 140 on the inside. If I want to draw an angle that has that measure, we just make a little mark on 140. Do that. When I move it away, there's my guideline. I just draw through the points that I just made. I can even use my protractor as a straight edge. And I just drew right through that point. Now, this angle, I'm going to mark with a different color. I'm going to use purple. And this angle here is all of this. So I'm going to draw an arc that goes all the way through. We see that? This whole purple arc is going to show that we have just drawn a very big angle, a 140-degree angle. So in purple again, I'm going to write 140 degrees. This is no specific angle. 140 degrees is just a random number we pick.
Mhm.
But if we have any angle measure bigger than 90 degrees, like 140, does anybody know what that type of angle is called?
Angle.
Ooh, flat angle. I haven't heard that. That might be a different way to call it, but we have another name. If the angle is bigger than 90, this is called obtuse. New word, obtuse.
Forgot about
A minute.
Ah.
It's all coming back.
Yeah, that might sound familiar. Obtuse angle is just bigger than 90 degrees. So it could even just be 91 degrees. That wouldn't be a right angle. That would be obtuse. It's larger than 90. Yes.
Oh, you said any angle bigger than 90 is automatically an obtuse angle.
Yes. The only way to have it right angle is exactly 90 degrees. Exactly 90 degrees, you have a right angle.
90.
Then I'm going to write bigger than 90 is obtuse. Or more than 90. I'll write more than 90.
Okay, more than.
You can say more than, you could say bigger than. But 90 degrees is kind of like our reference point. More than 90, obtuse. And let's see. What if I just put my ruler up against this bottom ray and I just turn it into kind of a line? I just go all the way across. Let's trace this over here now.
That's why it's flat.
That is more of a flat angle. Now, in geometry here, we call this a straight angle, super similar. But if you call it a flat angle, I like that too.
What about any?
What about any? Like either one? I'll take either one, yeah. I will. Either one is good. So we can call this a flat or a straight angle. And what I'm going to do is use another color again and draw an arc to show that we're talking about this ray all the way over to here. Okay, so all the way over. It creates a half circle. You see that? That half circle we can call straight or a flat angle. And that is, how many degrees is that?
180.
180. Yes. So if you wanted to check on your protractor, when I line up the lines here, I see that, remember we started all the way over here at 0, 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, there's 90. There was 140, 150, 160, 170. That bottom line is 180. 180. So this is 180 degrees. So a straight angle is exactly 180. 180 degrees is a straight line. Now there's one more type of angle that we didn't talk about.
Cute angle.
Yes, acute. An acute angle. Acute. And we're going to make kind of an organized
The
version
first
of
one,
this.
what's the name of the first one?
That's gonna be kind of before the first one, yeah.
No,
It'll-
I say the name of the first one.
The name of the first one, right angle,
No.
obtuse angle, flat, up this way.
Yeah. Up.
Oh, the arc. Arc. Yes. The arc. That kind of shows the angle measure. Yes. That's an arc. Now we're going to also, let's see, is everybody, can I move this down? Anybody still need this?
No.
Okay, good. So the next kind of angle is, like Charles said, it's an acute angle. So I am, let's see, I'm going to draw it really little down here. I am going to see, let's put that here. And let's go with right here. You see my 20? I'm going to put a dot right inside where 20 is. We're going to do a really little one, a 20-degree angle.
That's why I keep it little.
Oh, that's his name.
Okay, so
Okay.
let's use one last color. I'll do blue this time. Here. So we put an arc inside of that 20-degree angle. And so this 20-degree angle is less than 90, smaller than 90, less than 90. So an acute angle, ACUTE, is less than 90 degrees. It could even just be as a little bit less. It could be 89 degrees. That is an acute angle. So what I'm going to do to help this picture be a little easier to look at is I'm going to kind of trace over the rays that create each of the angles. So that first line.
Acute angle.
Yeah, that's my acute angle. And yeah, that's the way that I always remembered acute when I was younger was acute angles are smaller, so they're little and they're cute. Cute little acute angle.
Oh, man.
Like me.
I said that too. I was like, is that why they're cute? Because they look?
Yeah, because they're little.
So-
And then our 90-degree angle, that one's straight up and down. I'm going to trace that in red just to help it easier to be seen.
Oh, that's fine.
Then our obtuse angle, I did that in purple. I'll trace over that as well.
So Ms. Taylor,
Yes,
with these angles, will they always be an even number?
they can be any number you can think of, but like they won't always be in tens like these are. It could be like 32 degrees, 35 degrees, 33 degrees. Those would all be acute because they are less than 90. It could be 91 degrees. That's more. So it'd be obtuse.
89.
89. Acute. Yes. That'd be right. That's right. Okay, and then I'm gonna trace over my flat or my straight angle.
So then, one more thing.
Yes.
Like if it's 179, that's obtuse, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now I got you.
So the two angles that have to be exact are the right and the straight or flat.
Yeah.
So the right angle is 90, the straight angle is 180. Okay. So if we want to pull these out so it's not like a big mess here, I'm going to create a little mini guide underneath. And I'm not going to be exact. I'm just going to draw a small angle like this. I'm going to say, cute is less than 90 degrees. Then we have, I'll go straight up and over with a box. That's a right angles. And that is exactly 90. Then we have our obtuse angle, which we can see opens wide.
More
It's
than 90.
obtuse, yes, more than 90. Obtuse. So it's a more than 90. And then we draw our straight line point. And I like to always draw the arc because that really shows that it's a half circle here. This is our straight angle. And that is exactly 180 degrees. Okay, so I've just given you lots of things to write. So I'm going to pause our recording here and let everybody get caught up to there. All right, we are back from our break, and each of you should have just been given this day 2 worksheet. Did I miss anybody? Does everybody have this paper? Okay, good. So you might be looking at this paper and thinking, okay, great, we took notes on angles, but what on earth is this? Well, I'm going to teach you a little bit more before we actually go into this worksheet. So put this to the side, but just know that we will be going to this next. And we are going to do one more page of notes here. So I'm just going to flip my page and kind of retitle. This is my day 2 notes continued. We're on page 2 now. Day 2 notes. So, 1, 3, unit 5. Okay. So we learned about lines. We learned about angles. We're going to put those 2 things together now. So I'm going to have you title this the same way that this worksheet is titled. We're going to write parallel lines, angle relationships. So I'm going to write that up here. Parallel lines and angle lines and angle relationships. Okay. Relationship.
Oh, they get married?
They get married. No, it really just means how are they related to each other? Yes, how are they related to each other? Because there are some angle relationships, but we're gonna learn about them today. So once you have this written, I want us to take a look at that first problem on this worksheet for day 2. And you'll notice there are 2 lines, and these 2 lines are parallel. Parallel. We know they are parallel because this little red triangle here, this little red arrow. Parallel just means that they are going at the same angle. They never touch. Yes, they never touch. So I'm going to have us draw on here 2 lines that are parallel. And one of the best ways to do that is actually with your ruler. I'm going to give myself some space. Don't do it right here. I'm going to scoot it down like this. And I'm going to draw 1 line on top, 1 line on bottom. So let's draw 1 line on top, 1 line on bottom. Move the ruler. Put arrows on the ends. And parallel lines never touch. They never touch. I'm going to do the same thing I saw on that number 1. I'm going to put some little arrows right here on the ends of my lines. So these are parallel lines. Now, once we've done our lines, we're going to take our ruler again, and we're going to draw a 3rd line that goes through both lines. Parallel lines. I'm going to do that like this. Pull away. Now, this 3rd line has a special name. The name isn't that important. We don't use the name when we solve problems. But if you are curious, this 3rd line is what we call a transversal. Funky name. I'm going to write that. Transversal.
Oh my God.
This is a transversal. And then these 2 lines here are parallel lines. So we could label that as well. P-A-R-N-L-L. So 2 parallel lines and a transversal. That's the line going through the parallel lines. Now, pause this. Okay, so very fun. We have 2 parallel lines. We have a transversal going through. Now, we are going to see in our picture, believe it or not, we just drew with these 3 lines 8 different angles. There's 8 angles on this page. I'm going to show you where they are. And I'm going to start. You're going to need 2 colors.
Obtuse?
Yes, there is an obtuse angle in there. And there's going to be acute angles as well. So I need you guys to pick 2 colors if you're doing color coding. And I'm going to use green and maybe green and pink. And here's what we're going to start with. Let's start on the very top above the first line. And there is going to be an angle created by this line and the transversal. That is right here.
Okay.
There is an angle. Now, what's interesting is because we know this parallel line is going at the same angle as the parallel line below it, this same transversal is going to create the same angle right here. So I'm going to use the same color and go right below it. Look at that. These angles are equal. Interesting.
So what type of...
So that's how the relationship is.
Yeah, these angles are equal. And we'll give these a name.
Are we going to...
Angles that are in the same position like this, these are called corresponding angles. Corresponding. I'm going to write that word here. O-N-D-I-N-G. Corresponding angles. They're equal. So this is just one example of a corresponding angle. Now with my other color, let's highlight two other angles that are also corresponding because they're in the same position, just on a different line. So right next to that first angle we drew, we're going to go over and notice that there is a second angle attached. Do you see this angle here? I'm going to draw an arc, but instead of just one arc, we're going to do two arcs.
Okay.
The reason for that is if any two angles have the same number of arcs, that tells you those angles are equal. So if they are not equal, we put a different number of arcs. So I put two arcs on this one. Now, this angle is going to have a corresponding angle. If I just move down right here, this angle is the same. Let's mark it. These are equal to each other. They are also corresponding angles. So I'm going to write corresponding angles are equal. So corresponding angles are equal. Now, we've only marked 1, 2, 3, 4 angles. There's 4 more angles in this picture, though.
On the bottom part of the lines.
On the bottom parts of the lines, there's 2 more angles on each line. So, we want to be careful how we mark them. Let's start with green. My green angle. This is my acute angle.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of angle is the pink?
Obtuse.
Obtuse, good. It's bigger than 90. So as I move down right below, is this an acute angle or is it obtuse?
Obtuse.
That's obtuse. So it's not going to be equal to the green. What about this one?
Acute.
That is acute. This one's smaller.
Mm-hmm.
These two angles are opposite of each other.
Mm-hmm.
So they're equal to each other. These, when they are right across, are called vertical angles.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to pull this out. Vertical angles. They are also equal. Vertical angles are equal. So angles across from each other are vertical. Angles in the same position but lower are corresponding. Now I'll go down to the bottom set of angles here, and we're going to mark the other vertical angle like that. So all 4 angles that are colored green are equal to each other. They're all the same. Now my pink angles have vertical angles as well. So we're going to mark those with our 2 arcs also right across. So vertical angles are across from each other. They are equal. And down this way are equal. Okay. Now, there are going to be 2 options whenever we are solving for equations with parallel lines and transversals. You're either going to set angles equal to each other, like if they were vertical or corresponding, or they add up to 180 degrees. I'm going to show you why. If I look at just my top two angles, my green and my pink, how many degrees do they make?
180.
180. How do we know that?
Because we're straight line.
Because it makes a straight line or a flat line. Yes, a straight or flat line. We could also check with our protractor, and we go from 0 all the way over to 180. This straight line is 180 degrees. So, any two angles that are not the same color are also going to add up to 180 degrees. So let me show you how we use that in context, because it's one thing to say it, it's another thing to see it. And I'm going to create a simplified version of this little picture, and I'm going to do that on a sticky note so that we can move it over to our worksheet. So take out one of your sticky notes, and we are going to give ourselves a guide. Okay, let's see. I'm going to draw on my sticky note 2, 3, just like that. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to show you a trick for identifying these angles very quickly. This makes it faster. On our angles, I want you to create circles. And here's what I mean by that. These 4 angles, or the 2 lines crossing, are going to be the 4 angles in my first circle. And down below, our second circle shows the other 4 angles. Okay? So, from there, we're going to color some things in. I'm going to use the same colors. I'm going to make this green. And then I know vertical across is also green. I'm going to move down. Same thing on the bottom. First one is green. The one across from it is green. Okay. Now you could just do it like that. I'm going to color in the other ones though. Now all the rest are pink. And I know that every angle colored pink is the same. Every angle colored green is the same. So my key is going to be green angle equals any other green angle. If they're both green, they're equal. Any pink angle equals pink. Yes, any other pink angle. Now what's different is if I'm comparing green and pink, or pink and green, I'm going to write green plus pink equals. And what did we say those two angles would add up to? 180. So this is our guide. This is our guide. And I'm going to show you how we use this on that worksheet. I'm going to let everybody get that written down, and then we'll go to the worksheet. I will pause this recording, let everybody finish writing. All right, so I have this sticky note, and the reason I put it on a sticky note is so I can pick it up and I can put it on my worksheet. So here we go. Let's look at number 1. I have 2 lines that are parallel, and I have a transversal going through. Now I'm going to look at my angles, and I'm going to start by drawing a circle. And it looks like they only marked 2 angles here. I don't need to draw the other circle because there's no other angles that are given to us. How are these angles related to each other?
Are they parallel and transversal at the same time?
So the parallel describes the lines. Our lines are parallel. The transversal is that third line going through. But now, yes, Sky. Now what I'm trying to describe is the angles that we just made here.
Same.
And Sky, you're right. These are vertical. So vertical angles are the same. They're equal. So if I were to copy this note, these are in the same position. They would be the same color. And it says pink equals pink.
Yeah.
So instead of writing pink equals pink, what is this labeled as? 10x plus 10 equals 100. So since these are equal, we're going to replace that first pink with 10x plus 10, and it's equal to 100. There we go. So now I have an equation I can solve, right? I'm going to draw a line through my equal sign. And before we solve this, is anybody unsure how I wrote that equation? Yeah, like if they're already. Okay, so what's my first step here? 10x.
You subtract 10 from both sides.
Yes, we want to get x by itself. So let's get rid of plus 10. We'll do minus 10. Subtract 10 from both sides. What comes down?
10x.
10x.
Equals 90.
Good. Equals 100 minus 10 is 90.
And then you divide by 10.
Then you divide by 10. And we get x equals 9. Good. X equals 9. The hardest part of these problems is figuring out your equation. Once you've got your equation, it gets a little bit easier. This guide, I think, helps quite a bit. Using colors, taking your time, thinking about the position of the angles. So now let's look at number 2. Before I do, though, can I move this, or does anyone still need to see it? Okay, I'll leave it where we can still kind of see it. Now for number 2, I have angles marked in both of those sections, both of those circles. So if it helps, use this circle trick. I'm going to circle my top 4, circle my bottom 4.
I'm gonna be green.
And yeah, we can use green. It wouldn't even matter if we use green or pink as long as we're consistent. But let's do green, like you said, Diane. So this angle is green. And if we need to just color all of them, that is fine. I know across from it is green. What's this one going to be?
Green.
Green. And
across.
across is also green. Okay, do I need to even go color my pinks in?
No.
No, I already have both of my angles marked.
Mm-hmm.
So now that I know they're both green, green related to green.
They're both the same.
They're the same. They're equal. So what could I write as my equation?
37x minus 1.
Mm-hmm.
equals 110.
You're exactly right. 37x minus 1 equals 110. Yes. You could also put 110 equals 37x minus 1. Both are correct.
Okay.
Absolutely, both are correct. And from here,
Add 1.
yes, add 1. Break down my 37x equals
111.
111.
X3.
X is 3?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's divide by 37. And somebody verify, are we getting x equals 3?
Yes.
Okay. X equals 3. Good. Good job, guys. Nice. Okay. Leave that up for a moment. We're going to do another one together. Let's look at number 3 next. Anybody still need to see 2? Okay, I'm going to scoot it over and let's look at number 3. So I'm going to start by circling my first 4, my second 4, and we can use some colors if we want. Let's see. I'll start with my 20x plus 1. What color would I make that?
Great. Pink.
Pink.
One of them.
Yeah, I would use pink if I'm trying to map my guide above that, but also right here across pink. Now on my lower circle, I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my pinks. So same position, that's pink. Cross is pink. Okay. And then I'm gonna do my greens. And oh look, 79 degrees. That's a green angle. My green is 79. My pink is 20x plus 1. This one's different. These 2 angles are in the same position as like right here and there in our picture. They're different colors. So what am I going to need to do?
20x plus 1 plus 79 equals 180.
Yes. We're going to take the values, add them together. Equals 180. They are different. They're not the same angle anymore. When they're not the same, we're going to add them up and set them equal to 180. So I'm going to write exactly what you just said. 20x plus 1 plus 79. That equals 180.
Okay.
They're not equal to each other. They add up to equal 180. So I have a few things I could do next. And remember, guys, if you are solving an equation differently than the person next to you or differently than what I write on the board, as long as you get the same answer, that is totally okay with me. In math, there's so many ways to solve the same problem and get the same answer.
180?
What about 180? Say it again.
Yes.
What should I do here?
Yes.
Yes? Guess what?
Why put down 180?
Why did I put 180? Oh, so they're equal to 180 because these angles are not equal to each other, but they add up to 180. Just like you see how a pink angle plus a green makes a straight line or a flat, yes, that makes 180 degrees. Well, this pink is the same as that pink. So this is the same. This green is the same as that green.
Okay.
So if pink and green equals 180, then this pink and that green are also going to equal 180. Does that make sense? Okay, good. Good. Yeah.
So when you come across a problem like this, you use the angle.
Yes.
You go with the angle.
You're going with the angles and the positions
And-
that they're in.
Right, and you use that position that they're in,
Yeah.
which would be that 180.
That's
And
right.
that's what you were showing us with this sticky note.
Yes, and you only ever have two options. Either you set the angles equal, or you add them up to 180. Those are
Right.
the only two options. They're
And-
either equal to each other. If they're not equal, they add up to 180.
Yes.
You can also do it by sight. Like I can look down here and see this angle is smaller than that angle. They're not the same, so I wouldn't set them equal to each other. So since they're different, they add up to 180 because that's the only other option. Okay. So let's solve this equation. What could I do here?
79 plus 1.
Yeah, let's combine our like terms. 79 and 1 makes
80.
80. Bring everything down. 20x plus 80 equals 180.
And then you subtract 80.
Good. Subtract 80. Yeah. Okay, what happens now?
Then you
20
bring 20x down.
Uh-huh.
Equals 100.
20x equals 100.
And then divide by 20.
Yes.
Not 2.
Divide by 20.
5.
And we get, you said 5. Let's double check. I heard two different answers. 100 divided by 20.
5.
5.
It is 5. Yes, it is 5. It's 5, guys. It's 5. It's 5. So x equals 5.
Oh boy.
That's okay. All right. Good stuff. That's number 3.
Check.
Very good. Okay. Any questions about that one? Any question?
I do, but it's not that one.
Well, go ahead. What's your question?
Kind of like how number 2 is that we went over.
Number 2?
Those 3 red arrow endings, that's on the parallel line.
Yes.
What is that again?
Oh, okay. So these 2 arrows here are just, these just tell us that the lines are parallel to each other. So sometimes it'll show 1 arrow on each line. Sometimes it'll be 2 arrows. It means the same thing. No, that's a good question because you never know. Never know. Just means they're parallel. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Perfect. Yes. Okay. So let's do one more together. And or you know what? Do you guys want to do one more together, or do you want to try some on your own? How do we do?
Do another one.
One more. Okay, let's do one more. Let's look at number 4. Number 6. Why number 6? Oh, that one does look a little bit trickier. Okay, we can look at number 6. We can do it. We can do it. All right. Okay, so we'll look at number 6. Number 6, let's start with what? Somebody tell me. What do you think we should do to begin? Yeah, let's do our circles, because I think that just helps. Now, eventually you might get to a point where you don't need the circles, but when you're first starting, I think it,
I think it helps.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's my 2 circles. And if we want, we can just start even, we can color everything if we want. I'll use even different colors here. How about I'll use highlighters so I don't have to, I can go over. So let's do, first I'll color yellow.
Okay.
Where else do I color yellow?
Yeah, 32x plus 2.
Yes, that's in the same position, my 32x plus 2. And then across also, right? Those vertical angles?
Yeah.
Yeah. Vertical is also the same. Now, I could just be done there, but if we want to color code everything, I'll use orange next. So let's see. I'll do that next one. The smaller angle, orange. That's not very easy to see, is it? They look pretty similar. They look a little different. What else is orange?
13x minus 2.
32x minus 2, and all the rest. So once we have our circles and our angles inside of those circles color coded, it's going to make it a little bit easier to tell how the angles are related. Basically, let's ask ourselves, are they the same color? Are they the same color? No. So they're not going to be the same angle. They're not equal. If they're not equal, what do? Add them. So I'm going to add together. And what will they equal?
That's right.
They're going to equal 180. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
So let's start. Somebody tell me an equation. Okay. 13x
X minus 2
minus 2
plus 32
plus
X
32
plus 2
plus 2
1 equal.
Good.
So
Equal
180.
180. Thank you. Perfect. Okay, that is our equation. It's a long one, but we can do it. I'm going to draw a line through my equal sign. And let's do the math.
You add 13 plus 32.
Yes, combine like terms. 13x, 32x. We add those together, and what do we get?
45x.
45.
2x.
And
And 2 plus 2 equals 0.
yes, negative 2 plus 2 equals 0. So they cancel. They cancel. We don't have to bring down 0.
So you just break down the 180.
Yeah. Good. So 45x
Equals 3.
equals 180.
And you divide
It's
45
divided.
That's it. Divide 45. Good.
equals x4.
Equals. What'd you get? 180?
4.
Yes, 4. Perfect.
Yeah.
X equals 4. That's it. We did it.
Like
And if you need to put a little note, you're like, where did those 2 go? Cancel.
negative 2 and
They cancel. That's why we didn't bring any number down there. Cancel. Negative 2 plus 2 equals 0. Right.
if you have negative 32x,
Mm-hmm.
what should we do?
If there was a negative 32x,
Yes.
then with the same 13x as well,
Yes.
we would just do 13 minus 32x, which would give us, let's see,
That way the 13 will still
negative
cancel.
19x, right? If it was negative 32?
If you have 13x minus 2,
Mm-hmm.
we're supposed to put plus on the middle. But we have
Yes.
13 before 32. You put what you doing?
She's trying to figure out how you canceled out the negative 2 without writing it down.
Ah,
How you shorted it out just now.
so,
Instead of
That-
Let me
putting
write
it-
it down for you. Let me write it.
okay. Yeah, because I want to understand. Now, guys, while we're looking at this, feel free to move on and try to do number 4 and 5 on your own. And as you're working, if you have any questions, please come and ask me, and I am happy to help you. Unpause. All right. Let's look at number 4 and 5. For number 4, what numbers are you guys getting for X?
10.
10? Did everybody get 10?
Yeah.
Yes.
Anybody get something different? Okay. So everybody got 10. That's good. So for number 4, we have X equals 10. How are these angles related? Are they equal or do they add up to 180?
They
180. If I were to do my circles, I can see they're not in the same position. They're at to equal 180. Good. So, sounds like we all did pretty well on that one. So we won't work it out unless anybody wants to see it worked out. So y'all just let me know if you want. Let's look at number 5. What number are we getting for that? Add like terms. But what number are we getting for X?
8.
8? Anybody get something different than 8? Okay. Are these angles equal or do they add to 180? Equal. They are in the same position. So they're the same color, they're equal. Good. Does anybody need to see this one worked out? Yes.
please.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. So Charles, I'm gonna ask you, actually, now that we know they're equal, tell me what equation I would write.
What I wrote down was 8x plus 13 equals 9x plus 5.
Okay, that's correct. 8x plus 13 equals 9x.
What I did was combine the 8x and 9x to make 17x.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop you right there. You combined 8x and 9x to get 17x, but look at that line.
That's why I messed up at. I see
They're
that.
on opposite sides. So instead of adding them, what do we do different?
You subtract 13 from your plus 13. And
You
the
could do
8x.
that. Do you want to combine the 13 and the 5 first, or do you want to get your x's together first?
The x's together first.
Okay, so let's get our x's together first. So do you want to move your 8x or your 9x? You can do it either way.
The 9x.
Okay, so we'll do 9x. What will I do with that 9x?
Put 8x under.
Oh, so we're going to do the 8x, so like minus 8x on both sides?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, let's do that. So minus 8x. Minus 8x. Normally, like if they were on the same side, we would add 8x to both. But we're doing the opposite on opposite sides. So 9x minus 8x is
1.
1x, or just x. And then what comes down?
Yeah. Plus 5.
Plus 5,
And then the 13.
13.
Okay, yeah, that's what I had messed up.
Okay,
I knew I
so
was
you
wrong.
had the 17 instead from
Yeah.
adding? Okay,
I
that makes
combined
sense.
those two to make 17
Right.
and then I don't know what I was thinking, but I put plus 18 for the 13 and 5 together.
I
That's
get
why I
you.
had that.
I get you. Okay, so now that we have this though, how do I get x by itself?
Subtract 5 from
Yes.
both sides.
Yes, subtract 5 from both sides. And we get
12.
x equals 12.
Hey.
Oh, not
Oh,
12. I'm sorry.
My
8.
bad. You're right.
I'm at, yeah, 8. 8, not 12. If it was 15 minus 3, it would be 12.
Yeah,
That's funny because you said 12 and I didn't even think twice. It just was like, yeah, that's right. It's 8. Okay. Good. Good job, guys. So what I'm gonna do now is you guys are gonna have your first real exit ticket. And remember, this is due Friday. I already have copies of it. That's what I was doing just a minute ago. And it looks like this. You're gonna do one of these on your own. Solve for X. Now, if you make a mistake whenever I grade it, remember you can make corrections all the way up until Friday.
Okay.
But you know, do your best because you can only earn half those points back. But anywho, this is your exit ticket for today, and I'll pass these out.
All right.
The end.